What is up, YouTube? My name is Mulvone19, bringing another Pokemon narrative Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be an OU match against Trifosion, and this team is basically just to test out how the new Genesect is working out. It seems so far that it's doing pretty well, and we're going to have to see how well it plays in this match. My biggest threats on his team are probably going to be the Dragonite, since I don't know what set it's running. It could be a choiced set since he already has Rapution set up, and I also want to see if he has a second wall, because usually Bronzong is either a defensive or a special defensive wall. I was thinking he might have another one hidden behind him. So I go with Swampert. I know he cannot do anything with the Starmie to me, and he goes for the Ice Beam. It actually gets me frozen, but I thaw out right on the first turn, so that's good for me. I can go into Genesect now because I know he's either going to go for the Rapid Spin or he's going to go for the Ice Beam or something like that, and he actually ends up going for the Ice Beam, so that's good for me. He's going to switch out now and go into his Magnezone, and that's going to be okay for me because I am able to go into my Swampert. I knew he wanted to bring a Magnezone to get me locked in, so I was pretty sure that going for the U-turn would just be the safe way and not going for the Flamethrower just in case he wanted to go into Dragonite or something like that. So I go back into Swampert, and he's going to get my rocks back up, and so I'm going to go back into Genesect now. I was really hoping he was going to predict my switch and go into or actually predict the Flamethrower and go into Dragonite, since we were kind of talking about how much Genesect was used today and all that. I thought he's seen it a couple of times before, and I thought I was going to go for the Flamethrower, so it doesn't really work out that well. I'm going to have to go into my Celebi now and take the Gyro Ball rather nicely, so that's fine for me. I'm going to go for that HP Fire now, and that's actually going to do a lot, but that was because of a crit, and it really just shows how bulky this thing is and how hard for me it's going to be able to take down. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. Maybe just keep on going for a Thunder Wave and maybe get some extra Parahax damage up or something. I don't know. He's actually going to end up going for an Earthquake, maybe predicting me to go into Genesect or maybe even Lucario, so I don't know. But that's going to be alright for me because I'm going to go into my Genesect, but I was kind of stupid there. I shouldn't really have gone for the Paralysis because that just made his Gyro Ball stronger, and that was going to matter a lot because it's now just going to be a 2-hit KO instead of a 3-hit KO on my Genesect. I am going to go through the Flamethrower, hoping he does not bring Dragonite out on this turn, which thankfully he doesn't, but he is going to kill me off with an Earthquake, so that is going to be quite unfortunate. I'm going to bring in my Lucario now. I was pretty sure I could kill off with a close combat, and he's actually going to bring in his Starmie, and that is not going to be that good for me because I am going to not be able to kill it, and he's actually going to keep on going for covers, so that's going to be quite unfortunate. And here it's actually, he's kind of revealing his set. He has Recover, and then there's one more move. I'm assuming it's probably Hydro Pump or something like that, but at least he has Rapid Spin, Recover, and Ice Beam, so we're going to have to see later on. I just keep on going for the close combat. I know he wanted to either go for the Spin or Recover, so I thought that was going to be my best play at the time, and I knew he didn't want to go for the Hydro Pump here and probably just wanted to go for the Rapid Spin or Recover again, but he actually goes for the Thunderbolt, and that shows me he does not have a water move, and that is very surprising. So I guess that plays out in my favor. I actually don't even know why he went for the Thunderbolt because I don't have anything on my team that's super effective to that, so that was kind of weird, but I guess that works out for me. He probably should have gone for the Ice Beam. I don't know. But I'm going to go into my Swampert now because I'm just going to be able to finish him off with a Scald, and that's going to be the good play for me, and I'm finally able to get rid of Bronzong. So he's going to bring in Starmie now. He's going to end up going for the Rapid Spin. I'm thinking probably my best move is just going to go for the Earthquake because I'm pretty sure that should take it out. It is a Starmie. It doesn't have the best defenses in the world, so that should be pretty good for me. He's going to bring in Dragonite now. Unfortunately, I do not have Ice Beam, but I do have Toxic, and that's going to be playing a big part in this game. Actually, Toxic plays a huge part. I basically live off Toxic in this game, so you're just going to have to see how that does and all that. I actually missed the first time, and that's going to be quite, or no, I don't miss, but his Lumberry goes into effect, and that's going to be unfortunate. I'm going to go for another Toxic, and then I'm gonna have to go for a Scald, just trying to see how much it's gonna do. Really does not do anything whatsoever, so that was kind of a dumb play for me. I should have gone into Landorus and you know, basically got a free switch in and be able to go for like a Stone Edge or something like that, but that doesn't happen. He goes for the Dragon Claw. He does get -1 attack. Well, it goes to +1 now because of the Intimidate, so that's, I don't know, it's alright for me, I guess. But here, he actually reveals he has Fire Punch, and that's making me think he probably has a priority move. So that probably means he does not have Earthquake. I feel pretty safe to go into Lucario and then switch out and go into Swampert, knowing he's going to die from poison, and I know he only has one turn left with his Dragonite, and I was very certain he wanted to go for the Fire Punch. So I'm going to go for the U-turn, or actually he's going to go for the U-turn, and he's going to switch out and go into his Repushin, and I was thinking maybe go for a Toxic, maybe just to get some damage on that thing. I am pretty low at HP, but he does make a good prediction there, and does go into Repushin, and I'm not going to be able to, he's going to get the Guts boost off of that, actually, and that's going to be quite unfortunate. So here, I'm thinking probably my best move is just to try and weaken it as much as possible. I'm kind of afraid of him setting up, but I know a Scald will do a pretty good amount of damage, so I was thinking that was going to be my best play so far, and that actually does a ton, and I have no investment in Scald whatsoever. I am running Sassy, so it doesn't, negate Scald and its, special attacking stat, but I did not expect it to do that much. So here I was pretty sure he wanted to go for the Mach Punch just to get some damage off, and I know that he wanted to go for that, so I went for the substitute, and that's going to be very, very, very vital, because I knew he was going to die from Poison the next turn, so why go for another Dragon Pulse when he's already going to die the next turn. I end up going for the HP Fighting now. Reason why I run Fighting is because I face way too many Heatrans, and they are really annoying, and it really works well against them. I do have some issues against Scissor sometimes, but I kind of play around that, and I actually do that pretty well. So he's going to end up going for the Light Screen and then going for the Volt Switch. That's not going to break my sub. I didn't expect it to anyways, so that's going to be good for me. But he's actually going to bring in his Hydreigon now. I knew he was going to go for the U-turn since I saw it before, and I'm actually going to go for another substitute, and that's going to be very good for me, because I'm going to be able to go for a free HP Fighting or either a Dragon Pulse, depending on what he wants to do. And I was pretty sure he wanted to stay with Magnezone again and be able to go for a Volt Switch and see if that maybe broke my sub, but since I am at +1, I think that barely gave me enough room to where I could take one more Volt Switch. Or take a Volt Switch at least. So he's going to go for the Draco Meteor now, and that's obviously going to break my sub, and so I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse, hoping it would kill, but since, the Light Screen and the Calm Mind kind of negate each other, it's not going to be able to take him out. But I am at +1 special defense, so that means I will be able to live his Draco Meteor at -2 and being at +1, so that's going to be great for me. And that's basically going to be the match, because even if my Latias did die, I still have Lucario, and I would be able to force him to switch out since Draco Meteor would not be doing anything Lucario. I would have been able to go for the Swords Dance, then Close Combat has his Magnezone, and then Bullet Punch his Hydreigon. So that was basically a great game. Trifosion, he did play pretty well, and I think I did play pretty well too. I just didn't do that well with Genesect, and to be honest, I have done better with it, and it really is a fun thing to use. It is fun to get the attack boost up when you want to go for the U-turn and all that, so it is a fun Pokemon to use, and I do expect to use it a lot more. So also on another note, I actually ended up putting Repushin in instead of Lucario, just because it's basically a little bit more bulkier than Lucario, and I kind of have a Sun weakness to this team, so I kind of want to get something out there that wasn't also weak to fire. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and so rate, comment, sub, go check out my channel, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.